Hey there, this is Daryl Ballard, and I wanted to talk today about higher up the page on YouTube. Ranking your videos higher even when you've got a small channel. Getting views, maybe you're just starting and you have 0 subscribers and 0 views on your video. How can you rank higher? So I imagine you were searching for something like that on YouTube, or maybe you're a subscriber to my channel. Whatever, welcome, and let's get right to it. So getting your video listed higher up the page on the YouTube search is definitely what you're trying to do because you want to get your video views on YouTube. If people don't see it, it doesn't do you a whole lot of good. So let's talk about first the competition. We need to check the competition. The thing that YouTube uses to decide where to list videos is what they call channel authority. And channel authority is made up of several components. As you see here, the time the channel has been up, has been online. Watch time, I understand, is very important. That, of course, is a function of you need to make it interesting and compelling and get to the point, that sort of thing. So that's what we're trying to do tonight, is get to the point. The number of subscribers, and obviously if you're starting out, if you're new, you start at a disadvantage on that. But what we're looking at is ways that you can overcome that disadvantage to some extent, at least. The number of videos you have. So posting videos is important, although we shouldn't just be posting videos to post videos. Quality is extremely important. Might be better to do one a week if that's all you can do, high quality videos, than do one every day. Although doing videos, practicing is important too. So start out with as high a number as you possibly can because the practice is important. Your first videos aren't going to be as good. You're going to gain skills as you do this, especially if you're looking out there trying to find information, maybe getting some mentoring, that sort of thing. But very important to get some videos up. And then the number of views that you have, which is, of course, a function sum of how many videos you have as well as how popular they are, how many people are watching them. All right, so channel authority is extremely important, and some of that is just going to take some time, but let's talk about the things that we can do in ranking our videos to overcome that to some extent. So here's the process that we use to rank the video. Obviously, you have to choose a subject to start out with. Each video has a title. It's important to optimize the title. And then to optimize the description. Each video has a description underneath that. I'm sure you've seen this. This would be a quick overview for those who are new to YouTube, but I'm sure most of you are familiar with the description underneath the video. And then, of course, they have keywords. You don't see that when you look at a video on YouTube, but the keywords help to guide people to search, so optimizing those. And then also optimizing the image name, using a custom image, not just one that YouTube picks for you, and optimizing the name there. So let's talk about those, and to do that, let's go ahead and go to YouTube. Now, I've done a search here on how to make money online. I think you can see that there. Actually, let me shrink the page down a little bit to make sure you can see it. Okay, how to make money online, and let's go over this way too so that you can see the videos. All right, so we're looking at YouTube. I've done a search on how to make money online. Now I want you to look at the views here. They used to show the number of people on the channel here too. This is actually an ad, so don't worry about that. But from there on down, this has 90,000 views, 53K, 146K. You see the large number of views on those. How to make money online, of course, is an extremely popular search, and it's great to have a popular search. But if the competition is huge like this, with all of these views, and I'm sure some of these at the top may have 1 million subscribers as well. There's probably one or two here at least, if not more, that have 1 million subscribers or more. Probably a place that at least I'm never going to compete ever, and not really intending to. What we need to do is to optimize our title. So when I choose a subject, the first two items there, we're choosing a subject and optimizing the title. I do those things together. And this is what I do. I have seen several people recommending that you use some of the keyword and subject searches to find out how many people are, what your best title would be, that sort of thing. I tend not to do that because I've heard that they are extremely inaccurate. I got that on good authority from a couple of experts in the YouTube search and Google search industry. A couple of experts on that. So this is what they suggested, and this is what I like to use. It always works. So we were talking about tonight about ranking a video. So we're going to type into the search engine here, YouTube. You can see I've been working at it already. YouTube video ranking. Okay. Now, the reason I say I do these together is because sometimes my subject changes as I go through this process. I modify my subject a little bit to fit what works best for choosing a title and that sort of thing. So you can see the process here. One of the things I do is just go through the alphabet. YouTube video ranking algorithm. Probably something you don't want to get involved in because it changes quite often anyway. If you're really into computers, you might want to do that sort of thing, but so not useful. Words that start with B that might come after it. I don't see anything useful there. Let's go with C. YouTube ranking checker. Now I will take some of these and put them on a list for possible titles, for possible keywords that we'll get to later, for possible subjects. Like I say, I may be modifying my subject as I go. That one probably isn't going to be useful for us, but we're getting closer at least. There's nothing under D. Anyway, the suggestions that come up here are obviously searches that come up. So, and you may need to may find that you need to make this a little less specific. So, YouTube video. Start with that. Ads. App. We're not really interested in those things, although YouTube ads may be a good way to go. We're looking at just improving our YouTube channel. Background, nothing there. Converter, camera, cover photo. Now, the other thing to be careful of as you go through this, when I do this, you can send yourself off on many rabbit trails. And I'm not saying don't ever watch the videos that you come up with, but let's just look at this cover photo, because making a cover photo for your video is an important thing too. And we'll talk about that briefly, not the process of doing it, but naming your photo, because that's important. Making a cover photo is a subject for another video, but let's say we were looking at cover photo as a possible subject or possible title for our video. Again, we look down here, 1.7 million views, 500,000, 1.1 million. Pretty competitive. Maybe not quite as much as the making money online, but you get the idea. And this will give you lots of ideas for other things to search for as well as you go through this process. Not an exciting thing to do, but very educational, both for the things that you're trying to do, as in come up with a good subject for your video and a good title for it that fit together and work together. Probably not a great idea most times, at least, just to jump into the clickbait kind of stuff and come up with names that attract people to it and then have them not watch a video that's on that subject. Generally, you won't have them spend a lot of time with your video that way. But finding something where you get down to not a whole lot of views or, in the 5th, 6th, 7th place on down the page here, or they may be on a somewhat different topic based on a word that you have. Okay? So that's how I do the choose a subject and optimize a title, or modify my subject to what I really want to end up with, as well as optimizing my title. All right, so how do we optimize our description? It's very important to get your title in the description 2, maybe even 3 times, but it needs to be in the form of sentences. It needs to fit in there. It should be probably the first thing you put in there, but it needs to be in sentences, not just jammed in there. That's not going to be looked at very well by the algorithm in YouTube. In fact, it will probably drive your views down if you just start forcing the title in there. But use it a couple of times in sentences, or at least portions of it, that sort of thing, so that your description is definitely about the subject and especially the title of your video. Keywords. The keywords, you only need to put those once, although you may put variations of them, but your title should be one of those, or at least a portion of your title. Some videos have very long titles. You may not want to have the entire title as a keyword. Anything that you can think of that fits into that, anything that you talk about. Again, don't put a whole bunch of things. Don't put them multiple times. That's not going to go over very well with the algorithm for YouTube, and again, going to drive down your views, not up, which is what you're trying to do. But if you mention something, like one of the things that you use to accomplish something, I know quite often when I'm talking about things, I talk about tracking. So I may put the tracker I use in there or something like that. I'm not talking about it this time, so that won't be one of my keywords other than that mentioned there. But, the things that you use in your video, you should have keywords about that. You should have keywords about general subjects, like if you're online marketing, if you're affiliate marketing, if you're doing e-commerce, if you do dog training, or if you're in the health and fitness area, weight loss or whatever, put the general things as well that go in there as keywords. And then one more thing to do is to optimize the image name. And what I generally do with my image name, my title for this is, as you saw higher up the page, so I might copy that. Doesn't need to be, the font doesn't need to be 80, but and go down here for my, did I copy that? I don't think I copied it. All right, copy it, and then when I name my image down here, this is probably going to be huge because I used such a huge font on that. But when I put my image down as it's, higher up the page dot PNG or JPEG or whatever, you probably need to put your underscores in there and that sort of thing too. But that's how you name your image. You've actually got your title in the name of your image, and that's going to move you up the page on YouTube as well. All right, so fairly simple concepts, but very important to do. Even a few spaces moving up the page will help you get more views. All of that is important at first. Some of them you're going to be quite successful on. Some of them are going to be tough. Don't spend so much time on this that you don't get some videos up, because you need to get videos up both to get views and to practice getting videos up there. Very important to do that. But that's the concepts for ranking your videos, getting them higher up the page on YouTube searches. So I hope that's been helpful as you start your YouTube channel. YouTube's an extremely important tool for driving some traffic to your offer in a affordable way. Takes a little time, but very affordable. It's also extremely important for helping with the process of getting your leads to know, like, and trust you. I don't think there's anything better than that, when they can see your face, when they can almost feel like they're talking with you. Things that you can do as you get started, even if you don't know exactly how you're going to make a video yet, you can start coming up with subjects and titles and that sort of thing. Go through the process that we talked about. You can also, if this has been helpful for you, you can hit the like button down there, and you can subscribe to my channel. I've also put a link to the 4-day training series that I put together that I think you'll find extremely helpful, and it's free. Check that out. If you're new and getting started, you'll find it really good information. If you've been at it for years but not been as successful as you like, I think you'll find it important as well. We'll do a video soon on how to put together a video like this, what I do to make a video. But until then, get started on your subjects, get started on working on those sorts of things, because it does take some time to do those things as well. So, again, hope that's been helpful. Thank you for joining us. And this is Daryl Ballard, and we'll see you next time.